If you are a judge who's been entered into the speech pool for the national tournament, you should know that you may be assigned to judge recorded speech events, but you also may be assigned to judge extemporaneous speaking, either United States Extemp or International Extemp, which are both held live. The good news is that recorded speech events and live speech events both have a really similar judging procedure. So if you were to log into tabroom.com and see that you have been assigned to judge United States Extemp in room 502 at 3 p.m., you would know that as a judge, your role is to show up 30 minutes prior to round start time in the competition room. So at 2:30, you would go to competition.speechanddebate.org, hover over Wings, select USX, and click Enter under room 502. You will see a bunch of prep rooms in the USX wing, which you do not need to worry about. You just need to report directly to room 502 as a judge. Once you get there, if you are planning to judge from the integrated Zoom window within the Chrome browser, the only thing you need to do is select how you would like to hear the speakers, either by computer audio or by phone call. I'm going to join audio by computer. And you will see that your naming convention is automatically pulled from tabroom.com in the bottom left here. If you feel comfortable doing so, click the Participants button, hover over your name, click Rename, and add your pronouns for the other participants in the round to see. There are 2 judges in every Extemp round, so you should see another judge appear on the participants list about 30 minutes prior to round start time. Please make sure that they are using the proper naming convention as well. If you choose to join via Zoom app to judge the round, you will access the competition room in the same way. Click Join via Zoom app, enter the Zoom meeting password lowercase nsda, and once you're in the room, rename yourself according to the proper naming convention judge, dash your code, dash your first name, and of course your pronouns are optional. The only job that you as a judge have in this 30-minute window, once you're sure that both judges are in the room and using the proper naming convention, is to facilitate a testing of the video and microphone of both yourself and the other judge in the room. In Extemp, you will not be joined by any student competitors in that 30-minute window because they will be in the prep room. It is just up to you and the judge to make sure that their video is working, because it is an expectation that both judges in every Extemp round will have their video on for the duration of the round, and that both of your microphones are working as well. As soon as you have confirmed that both judges are in the room and both of your technology is working, then you should go to tabroom.com and click Start Round next to that round so that the tournament officials for Extemp know that both of you are in the room and ready to start listening to speeches. Of course, if you are missing the other judge in the round, you should send a help request ticket over here on the right side of the browser window. Once round start time comes, you will be joined by one competitor at a time who will turn on their audio and their video and give you their speech. You should welcome them to the round, let them give their speech with your cameras on and your microphones off, and we do ask that one of the judges is designated to give time signals to the speaker throughout their speech. Of course, we do recommend that students also are timing themselves. Once the first speaker has finished giving their speech, you should thank them and dismiss them from the room. About 5 minutes later, you will be joined by the second speaker in the room and follow the same process. Speakers should be joining about every 12 minutes or so. Of course, if you're waiting much longer than that, then you should go to the request help ticketing system and communicate with the tab staff to make sure that that student showed up to the prep room and will be on their way to the room. There should be between 6 and 7 speakers that come to your room to give their speech. You can see exactly who they are, what order they'll be showing up in, and how many speakers you will have by looking at your ballot in tabroom.com. Once all of the speakers have come to your room and given your speeches, you should thank the other judge in the room. Of course, do not discuss any of the performances with them because you will be making your ranks based on your own thoughts about the performances. And then you'll go to tabroom.com, fill out your ranks, and submit your ballot. We do ask that you submit your ranks prior to writing feedback for each of the competitors, although that feedback is important, because us receiving your ranks for that round confirms that you have finished your round and have made a decision about scores. Of course, after you have submitted your ranks, you are welcome to go back and edit feedback for each speaker in the round. The last thing I'll note about this page is that you will see recording in the upper left of the Zoom window. This is the NSDA recording. It is not within tournament policy for any student or judge to record rounds, but the NSDA will be recording all rounds, so don't be alarmed if you see that in the Zoom window.